What's up, everyone? It's Jared today. Today, we're going to be talking about what a 911 dispatcher is. So, in case you haven't ever heard, 911 dispatchers are the ones that you're going to need when you call for help on the phone. So, the reason what we're talking about is we're going to be talking about the Baltimore. They are a very high traffic 911 communication agency. They are always hiring. They have a staff of around 75 to 80 people at one time in their operations center. So, to start out with it, we're going to be discussing what they do. So they handle EMS, fire. They also handle police, and they handle 911 telecommunication operations. So their main job of the 911 operator is to answer and assist police. So they have three things that they want to do. They want to answer the phone. They want to answer the phone. They want to operate the phone to the best of their ability, ask questions, get detailed information. Secondly, they want to also communicate that to law enforcement. And third, they want to be there to calm down the public. So those are the three very important things. You're always multitasking when you are a 911 dispatcher. You're calming the public down, you're dispatching out the information, and you're talking to them and getting that information that need. It can be very stressful, but that's what we're here to talk about today. So, they do look for several things. It's not the most hard job to get, but you do need to have several things. First off, you do need to have an accredited high school diploma or GED from an accredited university. You do not need necessarily any other educational background besides that. Experience, they want to see public service, they want to see some kind of public contact work. When they say public contact work, what they're looking for here is such as working, maybe volunteering for something. They're also looking to see if you maybe have worked in restaurant industries. I've spoken to some of them on the phone, and that's what they said, that they look to see that you have guest service, that you can talk to, customer service, and whatnot. So some personality traits you want to have when you're being a dispatcher. First off, having a high moral character and integrity. Integrity goes important with any public service job. You always want to be doing the right thing when no one's looking. They do not want a criminal. They do not someone who is there to gain their own benefit. They want someone there who generally cares about the public. So having a high moral character and integrity are very important. You also want to have compassion. Compassion is very important with telecommunication operations. If you sound harsh, you're not going to get the information you want, and no one's going to want to talk to you. So you need to be compassionate, and you also need to have self-control, like we talked about earlier, about controlling your stress. You need to control yourself as well as the other person's stress. You need to be good communication. Obviously, it's called 911 communications. You need to be able to communicate and know how to do that. And lastly, you need to have self-confidence. If you doubt yourself, then this is not the job for you. You need to have the self-confidence, and you need to be able to say, I can do this, and whatnot. So that's what we're talking about, and that's the key things that they're looking for. So the big job of a 911 operator is you also have to think about, how fast do I type? Because speed and efficiency are important. So you always make sure you need to have fast typing. So for the Baltimore Communications Center, you need to have about 50 to 60 words a minute, and that's the bare minimum to even be considered. They also do a full background check, FBI background check, state background check, and you're required to live in the state of Baltimore. Starting off salary, it really just depends on your experience or possible stuff that you have previously, if you have any previous experience, if you have any law enforcement, whatever it may be. But generally, they start you off at about $30K a year. They start you at about $30,000. You get full state benefits. You're considered a state worker. You get the difference between this and another state job is you're not guaranteed time off. You also get a guaranteed of about 6 hours of overtime a week. Might not be a lot, and they said that's what they guarantee, that you're going to need to work a minimum of that, but it could be more depending on the situation's call for it. Besides that, you don't need any specific certifications going into the job. However, towards the end of your training, you do need to be regularly CPR certified, EMS certified. You don't need any particular certificates, but they do teach you all that stuff, especially emergency medical dispatching, because you do provide aid over the phone. So that's just some basics. They're very easy application process. So what you have to do when you start is you submit a test. You submit a typing test as well in your application packet. You also submit a full application with everything, everywhere you've ever lived. You also have to type out about a 500-word essay on why you think you could be a good communication operator. and if you have any previous experience operating the phone. And after that, you're placed on a wait list, and you're placed on a wait list for about 6 months. If you can make it through that 6 month waiting period and you don't get selected, then unfortunately you do have to reapply. But they said it's about a 50% acceptance rate of people they pull. It's based off of a department need-to-need basis. So I'm Jared again, coming at you from New Haven, Connecticut, telling you to apply to Baltimore, Maryland. They have a very dedicated staff, and if you have any questions,